Hi.
Good morning and welcome to Mimosas in the Morning. I'm Leslie.
And I'm Holly.
And today we have
the lovely,
the talented, the creative Moni Jefferson.
Multi-entrepreneur. And she's Puerto Rican.
Awesome.
Wow. I know.
I have gotten to enjoy that with Holly because Holly and Javier have introduced me to that more. So
we got surprises. So you know, and Leslie actually helped with this one this morning. We were. Do you recognize that noise? Yep. It's gonna go. Because we're busy, right? Maybe in traffic.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta get the music.
Right. Come on.
Is it going? Oh, yeah.
And you gotta wear your hat, right?
Oh, okay. I didn't bring my hat to the party, but I brought my hoops.
Mm-hmm. And then we got some Goya going on this morning.
10 in the morning. Tengo habichuela.
Instead, we're doing mimosas.
In the morning. I have mine. I have a little one because I got lots of work to do today.
You know, she has to get it rolling with some
I had to go with some music because we're not on island time, but we're feeling it with our hat. And we're in the Florida heat, so you know.
Except it dropped.
I'm in the New Jersey snow.
Right. So we had to feel the Puerto Rican vibe this morning, right?
I'm trying, honey. Listen, I knew I was gonna come on here talking to you, and I said, you know, I'm gonna put my hoops on, honey. I'm gonna let the crazy Latina hair out.
Look, Leslie did too.
Big earrings.
Puerto Rican women, you're gonna look good. You're gonna have big earrings and some nice chancletas.
Chancletas. I like my grandma would say chanclas.
Yeah, there you go. You're born with them, with some nice shoes on, right?
Yes.
So today what we're talking about is we're going to give the mic over to Moni because that's what Mimosas in the Morning is, right? Is letting our girlfriends or our veterans or, you know, our retired military.
That's me now.
That's her now.
I'm going to be there too, honey. You look fabulous. Just keep it going with the retired. Never looks so good is what I say.
Or give them a chance to kind of like explain, like, tell me, Moni, what is it that I know what you do?
Yeah.
And I love what you do. You know that. I've been your little cheerleader. Before even she made the first emoji come out live. You know what I'm saying? Like
I know. Yeah. It's insane.
Mm-hmm. But share with everybody. Tell us about all your three. You got three things going on right now, right? Of course more than that, but the three main things.
I have four main things going on right now. So hi everybody, thank you for joining us, and thank you so much for having me, guys. I appreciate you bringing me on and kind of just letting me talk to your audience and share a little bit about what I do. For those of you that don't know me, I am Moni Jefferson. I'm a military spouse of 19 years. My husband was enlisted and we got out for a few years and he came back in as an officer. So I've lived both sides of the spectrum. I have 3 kids, 14. Y'all pray for me on that one, please. If you have a teenager, I have a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old.
That requires more mimosas.
It makes you feel better. I have 3 teenagers right now.
Yeah.
Girl, I might need more than I would need. Like
she would need both of these, right? Like both of these.
I need both, and like in the morning and at night. It's so intense. Like, I just don't know. Like sometimes I'm like, just let it go, just let it go, just let it go. And you know, the other day I was just kind of off topic. Well, it's on topic.
It's okay. That's
I was listening to Proverbs 31. I don't know if you guys listen to that.
Oh, I do. Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about like a bad moment doesn't make you a bad mom. No. And I always feel like I get up in the morning, I'm like, today's gonna be an amazing day. I'm just gonna be so patient with my kids. I'm gonna give them grace the way God gives me grace every day. And and then I come downstairs and I'm like, what the beep.
That's what I said. I'm gonna do the Serenity now. Serenity now.
Where are you guys? I mean, it's just anyway. So yeah, pray for me on the kid front, please. My husband is Air Force. I'm an Air Force spouse. We have been married for 21 years. We've been together 23. I met him in high school. He still makes me blush. And we just got a new dog. So now I have a 2-year-old that eats everything.
Super fun.
No, I started over. I'm like the light.
Right. When you come downstairs.
Yeah. And yeah, so I actually started, when I met Holly, I had just started a couple of my businesses. I launched Dog Tags and Heels, a PR company about 3.5 years ago. And I was very new to this virtual entrepreneurial networking space that we are all very aware of. And I met Holly like kind of right away, like after I started really
it was a nonprofit event that we got
with their
NBC. Yeah, only certain spouses got invited. It was very honoring to be able to go. And Moni was sitting right across from me. And then she started talking. I'm like, "Are you Puerto Rican?" And she looked at me like, "Why are you asking me that?"
You got a problem? We don't have a problem.
I love you. Yeah. And
so we met there. I immediately loved Holly. She has great energy, totally amazing vibes. She's a lifter upper. Like she is all about whatever you're doing. Like you could be like doing the dumbest thing and she's like, "I love what you're doing."
We're going to find something good in it, right? Because you got to love it.
Very supportive. And so I started actually volunteering with MSAN. Met Holly. I started going to a lot of the MilitarySpouse networking events in DC and like the local area. And I was like, wow, there's some stuff going on here that I was not privy to. Like, why was all this hiding from me? All these spouses that were doing some really phenomenal game-changing things. And I was a stay-at-home mom for 11 years. So when, we decided to have children, we said, well, somebody's going to stay home, somebody's going to work. And I was blessed enough to be able to stay home. I didn't have to work. And so I stood home and I got a degree in public relations and communications. And I just kind of had it in my back pocket because I knew it was the right thing to do. You go to school, you get a degry. It took me like 6 schools, but I got it, right?
That's military.
I have the same degree as you do.
You do? Yes. I love it. But yeah, it took me like 6 colleges. I literally was like 1 semester in Texas, 1 semester here, 2 years here, 2 years there, like back and forth. And I just stayed home. But when we moved to Maryland is where I was invited to Tasha. Tasha had invited me to the MSOI.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Natasha Hart. Yeah.
What's this MSOI you speak of? I had never heard of it. So we ended up going. And that's when I heard Corey Weathers speak, and I could really resonate with her story.
Wonder Woman that day.
Yes.
Imagine me, how excited I was when she started talking about that. Oh, I was in the background. La, 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 happy. Wonder Woman.
She's so inspirational.
She is very
So I met her. I listened to her. I met so many other spouses, and I had just started my business working with Vernice, and I was like, man, what am I going to do? What am I going to do with this opportunity? And I just started to really dive into the military spouse space. And I quickly realized that there was a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of spouses that are entrepreneurs. And I would see them in all these other groups asking questions. And then some of the questions were, the answers didn't relate. Like it was impossible for us to do some of these things. And some of the groups too, you could tell they were a little cliquey because they knew each other. They lived in the same town or, they worked with each other so long. And I said, we need this in our space. Like, why not? So I created the MilSpouse Creative about 6 months after I started my business. And I created it selfishly because I needed support. Like initially when I created it, I was like, I need some answers to some of these questions. And I need to meet some of these people. And I need to get in rooms and have seats at some of these tables. And how am I going to do this? And so I created the community, the MilSpouse Creative. It's a community for military spouse entrepreneurs to connect, collab, and cultivate. It's a free community. There's so much goodness that happens in there. When I talk about it, I literally want to cry. Like, it's just so amazing. And the opportunities that I have had by networking and getting on these phone calls and just talking and learning about the different businesses and the different struggles, and just having a safe space to say, hey, I'm confused about this. Can somebody help me? Or do you know somebody here? Can you connect me? And the spouses in there immediately just like offer support, mentorship, give you advice. And these are things that people pay them for their skill sets and their expertise, but they know that because of our one common connector, they're willing to give this information. So the MilSpouse Creative is my baby. I absolutely adore everybody in that community, and I love its growth. So we actually yesterday just launched MC Insiders, which is I want to call it like a hybrid of the MilSpouse Creative, because the community itself offers so many invaluable things anyway. Like we have ambassadors from companies who come in and share their skill sets and mentor the community throughout the week. We have master classes already, and prompts that allow you to share what you're doing and offer advice and get guidance. The MC Insiders is just a hybrid of that. It's going to be a deeper connection for military spouses to really dig in, be more accountable for the things that they are taking or downloading. You know, we get on there and we get shiny objects syndrome, and we start like, we're going to do all this stuff, and we download it or we have it in our inbox, and then we never take action. We don't take action because we're overwhelmed with so much. So this is going to be super tailored.
That's what I think to this beautiful lady next to me. She's a little firefighter, little firecracker. And,
got some crazy things going. Been trolling MilSpouse Creative for a while. Just have not been able to truly get involved, but definitely been enjoying it and seeing the advice. And the different
so what
parts
you're
of that.
saying, I've told her, like, when you have a great idea, I think as a girlfriend, I do get excited, but you're setting on a gold mine for yourself. Go, right? So I told you that setting there. You're setting on this great thing. Go with your bad self, right?
Yes.
And so what you're saying, go take it and, do something with it.
You definitely, and I think like sometimes we're held back because we want things to be perfect, or
I think like fear. I think it's fear.
Yes, I was
like
just fear of what others will think, fear of success, fear of failure. Fear of success is a real thing. People don't even think about that, but fear of success is super real. Fear of failure, fear of not being good enough, not being expert enough. There's all these different fears. And and that's something that we'll be able to connect and talk about in that group, because it'll be like, listen, this is a great plan. This is what I did. This is how I failed. And this is what I advise you to do. So it'll be more guidance. We'll have hot seats, more master classes, accountability, quarterly check-ins, all the good stuff that we need to be more accountable and to do the things we say we're going to do to build a scalable business while we're PCSing or your husband's deployed and you don't have to worry about certain things. But yeah, fear of failure, girl, that's so real. Imposter syndrome.
It's I think cross the board of your entire life is that fear, but
broke up on me.
if I think everything you do has a success story to it. So really, you've never failed. It's a lesson. So take that negativity. You didn't fail.
Yeah.
You learned from it, and maybe it wasn't that. I always say God opens up a door for you,
right?
And what you're supposed to walk through. Maybe it wasn't meant for that door. It's another one, but you take that and you move it on. So it's still success, just in a different way.
Well, it's one thing that a project I'm currently working on,
which is an amazing project.
Well,
just
later,
like you, Mom.
later.
Yeah.
But
I'll interview her later.
Somebody asked me. They said, why? And my answer was, I was a Marine Corps spouse for 20 years. If it wasn't there and available, we made it happen. And I think that's the beauty of a MilSpouse or a veteran.
Right.
We kind of see things a little differently and maybe don't sit back as much. But I think the fear of the failure, the fear of the success, because you think, my goodness, if this grows as it could, or if it does this, there are a lot of caveats to both sides.
Yeah. And then that's what you did. You went to an event that we both attended. You felt like, hey, there's more out there. And so you didn't see that it was there. So she created it. You made it's going to happen and it's going down. Moni, stop.
It's going down. I definitely am very fearful of a lot of things, but girl, I just do it. I do a lot of affirmations. I do a lot of self-growth and self-care. And I think that helps a lot. And I also don't focus on what other people are doing. And I think that's something that will keep you on track too. When you're not focused on, well, this person did this and this person's doing that. I think,
you know, Lucia said that to me. I love her. And I know you love her because you work with her. So don't let the chatter you. Bernice, if you're watching us, we love you. But yeah, she said that don't let everything else, just stay focused. And I think that's such good advice. You know, give me a zing, like, I like that. Because there is so much going around us, so many great things. And you know, our active duty, they're doing stuff, making things in our military community happen.
Exactly.
Don't let that rain on your parade.
Yeah, just staying
right? Yeah.
Well, what other projects do you want to share with people that you have going on? Because we really just touched on the MilSpouse Creative.
Yes, so MilSpouse Creative, MC Insiders is open now. If you're interested, head over to mcinsiders.com/join. And then I also have
I want all these links so I can share.
I will share it with you. Okay. I'm also working on a couple of apps. So one of them is Milimoji, which is a military lifestyle text messaging kind of sticker app. It has acronyms and a lot of lingos and photos that look like our military members to text messages. It's a fun little app to communicate. We have MilCam, which is a filter app for military families. You take a photo, you put a pretty filter on it that has to do with your lifestyle, right? So welcome home, or little kids celebrate, military spouse celebrate, that type of thing. And then my latest project is My Ultimate PCS, which launched in July of last year. It simplifies the way you PCS and live your military life. I'm really excited about it. It has a checklist. It has inventory section. It has resources that families need to PCS. And right now it is free till next Friday. So if you don't have it yet, go snatch it up. It is absolutely free. And that's My Ultimate PCS. Oh gosh, did you guys freeze on me, or is that me freezing on you? Let me check. Oh gosh. It is a filter app for military. Okay, I think I froze. I don't know what's happened. It has to do with you. Gosh, did you guys freeze on me, or is that me? Oh, they froze. They froze on me, and I'm just still on the live, and they're like just there. So yes, My Ultimate PCS is